Hey there, toy collectors of the world. Today, we're going to be talking about the Masters of the Universe, the Evil Horde Fright Zone. Trap-filled Stronghold of Terror is a new playset. It is a remake of the original Fright Zone. However, it has been updated for 2025 and collectors of the new Masters of the Universe Origin Series toys. 40 years, baby. Artwork is absolutely beautiful. Look at this. I almost feel bad opening it up. The artwork on the side continues on from the image on the front. I would love to have a slime pit release at some point. And I really need to invest and get this version of Triclops, which again, this continues on to the image in the front. Control the dreadful dragon. Branches grab and hold a warrior. Trap a warrior in the tree monster's mouth. Prison holds one warrior. Rock monster snatches warrior's feet. Back has a representation of the actual toys in place of the artwork, and you can see this looks great, and they did a great job of representing. Again, this is absolutely beautiful, but I gotta open it up, so let's get to it. And here it is. It's pretty darn cool. It plays homage to the original 1980s Fright Zone that came out, while still making it its own by improving a few of the details here and there. And since we have this mouth here that is supposed to be a secret entrance, the 1980s version of this dragon, or they say it's a dragon, I feel like more it's a drake or something like that, if it's gonna be considered a dragon. But anyways, the original version was just a hand puppet that pretty much deteriorated over time. This, however, is its own little beast. You feel as though this little trap portion is a downgrade. I like the original 1980s version where it blended in much more easily. This just looks obvious. Why do I feel like this tentacle vine is making this symbol, and if I look down at it, it's gonna punch me? Look at Hordak's face. Of course, we have a little prison cell right here that holds a figure. Speaking of, look at the details inside. I never noticed, but there's a little rat right there. Of course, the monster tree can trap a warrior. Gotta be really careful with these branches. I know at some point or another, something's gonna break. The crows themselves are removable, and I'm hoping I'm not gonna lose any of them. It's pretty self-explanatory as to put it together, but just in case, there is an instruction book that tells you each step you need to do to put it together. Let's look at this monster. I mean, they did such a good job of this. I mean, it does sort of look like the original puppet that came out, but this looks way cooler. His legs have articulation, as do his feet, and you can also open up his mouth. Look at that. He sadly does not fit through this gap. I don't know why they didn't make this hole slightly larger. Here's a view from the back side, which is pretty cool because they added some extra interior art here. Also a weapons holder. We got Hordak's throne, which this is pretty awesome. And another little mini trap where you can trap a warrior. Also, if you choose to do so, you could flip it inside out, sort of speaking, and bring the ground piece to put in place and have it displayed like this. All in all, this is a very solid set. Like I said, it plays homage to the original, but yet it's making it its own thing. The only difference I would have made would have been to make this little trap piece more like the original, and maybe have like a little adapter piece on the side, so maybe at some point down the line we can get a slime pit that would attach to it. Otherwise, incredibly cool, and I am happy with this investment. And finally, here's some of the figures being displayed, somewhat similar to the art on the packaging. Not exactly, but I did my best. The Fright Zone itself is incredibly cool. I think Mattel did an outstanding job. I am very happy with the end product. With that being said, I'm going to end this toy quickie review at this point. Be sure to check out my Patreon site, patreon.com/GayComicGeek. Check out my social media sites, my websites, and everything else out there. Peace, love, the mouse, and I'll join you guys later. Peace!